Hello, I am working on my next script for my YouTube video about fairies randomly. So yeah, basically just working on that at the moment. See if you've got anything productive you need to do. Maybe just answer a couple of emails, maybe finally set up a direct debit or something like that. Let's just hang out and do it together. Hello, hi everyone. I am working on my latest YouTube video. I'm writing a script for the folkloric creature fairies. So yeah, basically working on that at the moment, and thought I'd just hang out on here with people, and if you've got something productive you need to do, let's just do that together. How about that? So yeah, at the moment this consists of me just basically reading a lot of different articles, one thing or another, trying to put my thoughts together. Hello everyone, how are we doing? But yeah, basically I'm just trying to put my thoughts together to start writing this script. So if you want to hang out whilst I do that, let's do that, hey? Why not? But occasionally I will be, my focus will be brought away. Don't follow football, never really been interested in it, to be honest with you, but that shouldn't be a surprise, because the content I make is around history and fantasy. So yeah, would you not believe it that I'm not particularly interested in football? Sorry about that, Fagin. But yeah, if you guys are interested in history, fantasy, folklore, Dungeons and Dragons, LARP cosplay, all those stupidly nerdy things, do make sure to have a look at my channel. I recently went to my first ever LARP, and so I've made a video about that if you're interested. And I have also recently published a video about the Mutiny of the Bounty, which is a very famous historical mutiny in the 1700s. Love from South Africa. Fagin, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I am so close to getting 1,000 subscribers. So if you can, thank you so much for the like as well, Fagin. Really appreciate that. But yeah, if you guys can help me get to 1,000 subscribers, that'd be absolutely incredible. Would be an awesome Friday if I can get to 1,000 subs. Hi, Lyric Rose. How are you doing? Nice to see you. I am currently working on the script for my next video, which is about the folkloric creature fairies. So I have already made a few videos about folkloric creatures, mainly zombies and giants. And yeah, this is what my community decided would be the next thing. So we're working on that now. Sigma Mike, hello. I am pretty good, thank you very much. How are you? I have had a rather productive live on TikTok, and now I've decided to come over to here. And yeah, so I am just having a bit of a productivity stream, really. So trying to do something productive today, trying to start on this script. But I would love that, so definitely want to watch it. Oh, thank you so much, Lyric Rose. I really appreciate it. Very warm. Yeah, so am I, mate. So am I. But yeah, Lyric Rose, thank you so much for that. Do make sure to have a look at my more long form YouTube content, and if you can, give the live a like and give me a follow. I'd really appreciate that, as it helps the channel grow. I am so close to getting 1,000 subscribers, so if you can help me on that, it'd be absolutely incredible. Cheers. And like I said, guys, I am trying to just I'm trying to do a bit of a productivity stream, so focusing on some work whilst also hanging out with you all. YouTuber, hi, how you doing? Oh, and thank you for the likes, that's absolutely lovely. Yeah, guys, I'm so close to getting 1,000 subscribers, so if you are interested in history or fantasy, do definitely go and check out my more long form YouTube videos. I would really appreciate that. Lovely. If you're interested in history and fantasy, just go and check out my channel. I would really appreciate that. 5 likes already, guys. Wow, thank you so much for that. That's awesome. What's a place I'd like to visit? Very good question. I love visiting the incredible historic places we have around the UK, and I haven't in quite a while, so I'd like to go and do that. Maybe go visit a English heritage castle or something like that. Bamburgh Castle, there we go, actually, yeah. It's a little bit more up north from where I am, but it's an incredible castle where they filmed a few scenes from the original Harry Potter films. So I'd like to go back up to there, as I haven't in a while, but it's incredible. It's an incredible place to be. How about you, Lyric Rose? Anywhere particular you'd like to go? Going abroad, though, I would like to... weirdly enough, I'd like to go to Tahiti. I've recently made a YouTube video about the mutiny of the Bounty, and London or Paris. Lovely, very nice. Yeah, London's incredible in terms of yeah, going there as a tourist. I could promise you'd absolutely love it. Yeah, Steph. I recently was actually near Stirling about a month or so ago. I went to my very first LARP ever, and yeah, so I travelled up to Stirling, and it was an awesome experience. So yeah, got to enjoy my first LARP, and also yeah, travel up to Scotland, which I hadn't been to Scotland in years. And the LARP was set at a recreation of a medieval hill fort. If you're interested in that kind of thing at all, yeah, do make sure to check out my more long form YouTube videos. Yeah, if you just go through onto my yeah, YouTube, click subscribe, mate. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Lovely. Yeah, I've Wallace's fantastic. I didn't go to Wallace's monument, unfortunately. I was quite rushed for time, but I would have loved to. I'd love to spend more time up there, most definitely. Spent a lot of time in Scotland when I was younger. I've been to Skye, I've been to the Isle of Arran. Obviously spent a bit of time in Edinburgh as well. But yeah, so much fun, really, really enjoyed it. I'm from the north of England, so I'm near York, which is, again, it's a lovely historic city. So very lucky to have spent time around there as well. But yeah. Trying to get a bit of reading done, trying to start on this this script that I've got for my next YouTube video. Mini house in the back, thank you. That's from my D&D games and stuff like that, so I do enjoy a bit of crafting. Haven't made any videos about crafting on the channel yet, but I would like to. So yeah, that's just me, yeah, something I just really, really enjoy about that, for whatever reason, I don't know. I love miniatures and things like that, so that's why I've got these guys as well and stuff. Been to York, yes, York's really, really nice. Very lucky to have been brought up very near it. Wish there was a bit more. It's the frustrating thing about York is that they almost want it just to be a tourist city, which means that if you live there, there's not a terrible amount of things to do. I would love to start watching them. I'm planning on playing D&D with our friends soon. Fantastic. Yeah, we'll do. Make sure to stick around, Lyric Rose. If you can give me a follow, that'd be absolutely incredible. I do want to make some content about D&D and to help dungeon masters in like navigating how to help players and stuff like that. So yeah, it would be awesome if I could see you around, and we can definitely have a discussion about playing D&D at some point sooner or later. But that's awesome. Hope you enjoy yourself. Are you writing your own campaign, or are you following a pre-written adventure? Oh, that's so nice. Really sort of right when I joined the stream. Thank you so much, Luke Rose. I really, really appreciate that. I'm such a small channel, but yeah, I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support. It's incredible. But yeah, I do really, really genuinely appreciate that. So thank you. And yeah, hopefully I can give you some good advice in the future. Lovely stuff. Oh, you know what? That's what I can do. Oh, thank you. It's incredible. You know what's really weird? I mean, obviously, I've had a few people have said that, and obviously that's such a compliment. So I really, really appreciate that. But just like I said, slowly seeing this channel grow is absolutely awesome. And like I said, it's so close to getting 1,000. So absolutely, absolutely chuffed with that, to be honest with you. And I've also had a purchase on my Etsy store, which is super dope as well. So gonna have to get on with that sooner or later. But yeah, absolutely chuffed. Oh, that's incredible. Thank you so much, Rose. Yeah, it's always so lovely to hear people actually like genuinely enjoy the content I'm making. So thank you so much for that. And it means that I'm just one step closer to eventually getting monetized, which will be such an incredible achievement. So I can't wait for that to happen. But in the meantime, I have to make a load of content for you, otherwise I won't get monetized. So yeah, working on that really. Have I been to Middlesbrough? Yes, I've been to Middlesbrough. I live relatively close to it. But yeah, guys, I came on here to try and do a bit of a body doubling productivity stream. So I am trying to work on my latest YouTube video, or the script for my latest YouTube video, should I say. Oh, lovely. Okay, so you're quite close to where I am. Nice. Can I show you some armor? I don't have any armor with me at the moment, do I? Oh, my armor is downstairs there. I've only got that cosplay stuff. You can't see it yet anyway. Thank you so much, Lit Rose. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't have a terrible amount of armor, to be quite honest with you. I've got a breastplate and a helmet, and that's about it. None of it is like overwhelmingly historically accurate. The stuff the armor that I do have is mainly for cosplay, so it's a bit anachronistic. You know, it's not representative of something specific. But that's just a gambeson, which is like a padded thing that helps you, that protects you from certain sword blows. But yeah, it's nothing too crazy. I would like to slowly add to that collection, but we're just going to have to take it one step at a time, to be quite honest with you. I do have a few little costume breakdowns on my YouTube channel, if you're interested in that at all. Do you cosplay? That's cool. Yes, I do. A lot of my content is based around cosplay. So like I said, yeah, I've done a bit of LARP, and then I ended up doing some cosplay as well. The cosplay I really randomly just got into. I decided to buy some armor and weaponry to use in like TikToks and stuff like that. And yeah, basically that's kind of like exploded from there really. So I try and do some Dungeons and Dragons skits, thus why I have the long hair, so I can kind of look in vague character, if you know what I mean. But yes, do enjoy that a lot. So my what weaponry do I have? I have a sword, and I also have a couple of daggers, and I also have a bow. I will show you my bow. So I bought this for the cosplay. Sorry, I bought this for the LARP that I went on. And yeah, really, really enjoyed it. This was great fun because basically I just stand far away from people and just absolutely pelt them with arrows, and it was absolutely dope. This was, I think it was about 60 quid, so it was fairly cheap. But it was, yeah, absolutely great. There's something so cathartic, just absolutely cracking people with a LARP arrow. Yes, right, let's try and do some focusing. Stephen Jones, brilliant. What is one of my favourite D&D moments? Very good question. From my own campaigns, well, as a DM or player, because they're two very different things, one of my favourite things as a player is once when I was playing a barbarian, we were doing a bit of a seafaring campaign, and I picked up one of the fish people that were attacking the that were attacking my ship. I picked one of them up and threw them at another one and knocked them both into the sea. And it's one of these kind of things where, you know, there's not a lot of mechanics for that, so certain DMs would have been a bit difficult about me doing that. But luckily my DM was really cool, and also, you know, I think there is a real problem with DMs not necessarily sticking to the rules, but imagining something and then not being able to maneuver on it. I think that as a as a DM, you are there to facilitate fun. You're not there to be boring. And so the more fun you can facilitate, if your players do something creative, find a way for that to happen. That's what I believe that you should be focusing on, as opposed to, you know, just being the person that says, actually, you've already used your action. It's like, find ways to facilitate fun constantly as a dungeon master. That's what I'd say. Yeah, that's my favourite, probably my favourite experience as a player. As a DM, I literally run out. We're playing Curse of Strahd at the moment. That's my main campaign with 3 or 4 players, and that is so much fun as well. I went into quite a lot of detail preparing for one of the first sessions. So I had this big monologue, and my players are brilliant because no matter how big and monologue-y and cool I try and make myself, they always try and belittle it and minimize it, and I just appreciate that for them. I've been posting on YouTube consistently, Lyric Rose, for about 9 months or so. So what I do is I post shorts on TikTok, Instagram and YouTube, and then I also do long form content on YouTube as well. And yeah, so slowly growing with that. It's getting more momentum, and also it's about me, yeah, like I said, creating more YouTube content. Like I really want to be able to do that, because the more long form YouTube content I make, the quicker I get to monetization. And that is obviously a massive goal, because if I can do that, then, you know, it's just one thing begets the other. But really excited for all the opportunity that brings. So yeah, if you've got anyone that is interested in history, mythology, folklore, Dungeons and Dragons, all those kind of nerdy things, cosplay, LARP, do make sure to put them onto me, because I don't have TikTok, so thank you so much. That's absolutely awesome. I've just checked now, 995. So I am 5 subscribers away from 1,000. So I think I might try and stay on here until I get to 1,000. I only speak one language, unfortunately. Oh, thank you so much, Lyric Rose. That's incredible. Yes, and hopefully they'll be interested with some of the more historical videos I make as well, because that's the thing. I can appreciate, you know, in the D&D nerdy sphere, some people are into cosplay, some people are into one thing or another. But hopefully, if you're not into cosplay, you'll enjoy my history videos. If you're into cosplay, you'll like my LARP videos, kind of stuff. So I'm trying. I make a load of random stuff. Wow. Well, that's 2 more languages than I speak. Very, very impressive. Yeah, like I said, just trying to make a decent variety of content, really, just so people can, so I can keep people interested, really, and seeing slow pickups with that is pretty cool. So what am I doing? Right, let's focus for a little bit on this again. Favorite period in history. One that I've become particularly interested in is the beginning, we'll call it Dark Age, but there's no really such thing as a Dark Age, but the post-Roman retreat from Britain. It was the last time we truly had a indigenous British culture, which is something that is very obviously it's loaded. Like, I think there's a lot of people I don't necessarily agree with politically that enjoy the idea of that, but I think we should learn more about the very what's the word? We had an intrinsic relationship with the land in which we inhabited. Then, you know, we worshipped the woods and nature, and as that has progressed, we've just respected it less and less so as Christianity took a foothold in Europe and in the UK. So I find that particularly interesting because it's obviously we had an independent culture to that of Europe, and we also had like I said, a very specific kind of culture, you know, before we had the invasions of the Celts and the Saxons and all these other things. You know, that was before we had that kind of extreme level of travel, if you know what I mean, which is just the coolest thing. I appreciate that a lot, and I would like to learn more about it. But at the same time, we have always been an island that has been invaded. We're a mutt nation, as it were. You know, I think there are only about 250,000 people that, if we went back in history, that could actually call themselves Indigenous British. They, you know, when the Ice Age ended and the sea levels rose, about 200,000 people were trapped on Britain when the Ice Age ended and the seas rose. So they were what we can describe as Indigenous Britons, and like I said, they were druidic. They worshipped plants and animals, and had some rather wild sacrifices and hedonistic psychedelic filled orgies and all these weird surreal things. And so I think if I could be dropped anywhere, I think that would be the most interesting place to be, simply because of our respect and our admiration towards nature, and also we were still intrinsically a part of nature at that point. We had yet to separate ourselves, and this is what happened as Christianity grew in Europe. We no longer perceived ourselves as a part of nature. We were separate from nature because we were intelligent, arguably intelligent, but we were, what's the word? We were sentient creatures that were not the same as nature. But before Christianity came across Europe, we worshipped plants and animals, and the environment in which we lived in, and we still believed we were as much as an animal as a rabbit or a wolf was. We were just a different animal living in this environment. And I think that's the one thing that I think if I could take from then and impose into our culture today, it would definitely be that. Because if we really, if we didn't have this arrogance that we have now, that we're not really an animal, because we're sentient and we've built this incredible machines and cities and things like that. But if we perceived ourselves as animals just like any other creature, maybe we wouldn't destroy the environment as much. Maybe we would have more compassion. But yeah, that's my monologue. Not to mention as well, back in those times, we actually had quite a decent quality of life. There's this, a phrase which is, cave people had an average age, lived to an average age of 33, which is true. But the reason why we believe that is because a lot of children died very, very young. Obviously, because we didn't have the kind of nurturing we do nowadays. Yes, Stephen, I completely agree with you, my friend. Yeah, exactly. And that begins by simply being in it. Yeah, World War I and II, very, very interesting as well, yeah. I don't have a schedule at the moment, Lyric Rose, but I'm trying to, basically, going live on TikTok and going live on here as well is super, super beneficial for me for getting subscribers. So I'm going to try to do that every single day. So probably in the afternoon at some point or other. But I think it's more of a case of, if I'm here, if I'm doing something, then I will come on live. Sorry, I'm burping. But yeah, so I mean, it is a case of, if I'm around, then we can definitely do something. But that depends how productive I want to be. Because like I said, this is supposed to be a productivity stream, but I am, I haven't done as much as I'd like to. So I'm going to disappear relatively soon, guys, just so I can get on with that. Because I just, this point, England loads to the, yeah. I mean, I don't follow football primarily because of this reason. Because let's be fair, we're always in a very, very outward chance of winning. I think it would obviously, football means so much to people, especially in this country, so I can appreciate why people enjoy it. And there is definitely that very tribal and very human kind of connection when you're all in a pub together chanting and doing all these things. So I can definitely appreciate why people enjoy it. But for me, to put that energy into something that isn't a guarantee, I mean, I'm best off just putting my time into doing something else. But obviously, it would have been lovely if we'd won, and it would have been probably quite good for our economy. But it is what it is, unfortunately, isn't it? It's just, yeah, we're never guaranteed to win, and unfortunately, there are some very, very skilled opponents, frustratingly. Right, guys, I've been on live for half an hour or so, roughly. And I've got a bit of a headache, to be honest with you. There's a light staring at me here, so that's probably why. But yeah, I am going to disappear off simply because I want to try to get on with a bit of the script and try and make some content for you all. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, albeit briefly. Definitely we can do this again, fingers crossed tomorrow. But I hope you have a lovely rest of your Friday, and I will catch